Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever heard stories of animals acting strangely before a disaster strikes? Birds flying erratically, snakes leaving their den, or even elephants trumpeting in an unusual way? Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of animals and their potential ability to sense impending danger. Natural disasters have the potential to cause huge devastation. Earthquakes, tsunami, and tornadoes have been known to decimate communities and wipe out unthinkable numbers of human lives. The amount of destruction caused can be significantly reduced if communities have sufficient warning of an impending event. But effective early warning systems are lacking in many areas of the world. In light of this, scientists are becoming increasingly interested in the unique ability of animals to predict an impending natural disaster. Indeed, many species have been shown to change their behavior in the hours, days, and even weeks before an event. In 2004, a 9.1 undersea earthquake triggered a tsunami that destroyed coastal communities across the Indian Ocean and killed 225,000 people across a dozen countries. Lack of warning, the event was a natural disaster of extreme proportion, but the death toll was particularly high because residents received no prior warning of the event. No alert. There were a few contributing factors to the lack of warning, but a major one was that local tidal and earthquake sensors had failed to raise any proper alert. Local wildlife, however, according to eyewitness accounts following the event, the local wildlife seemed to have sensed it coming and prepared accordingly. Example, there were reports of elephants running for higher ground, flamingos fleeing from low-lying areas, and dogs refusing to go outdoors. Buffalo. In Bangkok, Thailand, there were reports of a herd of buffalo stampeding to the top of a nearby hill just minutes before the tsunami struck. Verbatim, according to Irina Rafliana, who is a researcher at the German Development Institute in Bonn. Many of those people who survived ran along with these animals or immediately after. The issue at hand. This is not the only example of a natural disaster that appears to have been preempted by the local wildlife. And, of course, it begs an important question: harnessing animal ability. Given that early warning systems do not exist in many corners of the world, could this seemingly unique ability of animals be harnessed as a warning system for humans? Technology is lacking, according to Charlotte Francesilla, who leads a team at the French Biodiversity Office OFB. Even with all the technology available today, we are not able to properly predict earthquakes or most natural catastrophes. Hot topic. It will come as little surprise, then, to learn that the ability of animals to sense an impending natural disaster is an increasingly hot area of research. Max Planck Institute of Animal Behavior. One key study was carried out some 5 years ago by a team at the Max Planck Institute of Animal Behavior in Germany. It involved logging the behavior of farm animals in an earthquake-prone region of Italy. The research. The animals were chipped and their movement data was sent to a computer every few minutes over the period from October 2016 and April 2017. The results during that period. Over 18,000 earthquakes were recorded in the region, and the study showed that the animals started to change their behavior up to 20 hours before each event prediction. The researchers saw that if the animals were collectively 50% more active for 45 minutes or longer, they could predict an earthquake of 4.0 or stronger. Success rate. The research was able to correctly predict 7 out of 8 strong earthquakes using the important observation of the farm animals. Mount Etna. Further studies have yielded similar result. One study in the region of the Mount Etna volcano in Sicily showed that goats had a sense of impending volcanic activity. The Andes. One study in the Peruvian Andes showed a change in animal behavior ahead of the magnitude 7.0 Contamana earthquake in 2011. Electromagnetic perturbations. Importantly, the study in the Andes showed how it may be that animals detect an impending event. It possibly has to do with electromagnetic perturbations in the atmosphere weeks ahead. These perturbations may start up to 2 weeks before a natural disaster, and scientists are now looking into whether it's actually these that animals are able to sense. Developments in China. In the meantime, China has already introduced an earthquake alert system at its Earthquake Bureau in Nanning. It uses the change in snakes' behavior to predict quake. The power of snake. The former director of the bureau, Zhang Weisong, once said, "Of all the creatures on the earth, snakes are perhaps the most sensitive to earthquake." He continued, "When an earthquake is about to occur, snakes will move out of their nest, even in the cold of winter." The reality. But not all scientists agree that changes in animal behavior constitute a reliable or even viable method of predicting natural disasters. All in all, it may be, however, that their abilities are used in conjunction with other early warning systems, but it seems likely their predictive capabilities will simply be ignored. So, while the science is still catching up, these stories certainly make us wonder about the incredible abilities of the animal kingdom, whether it's heightened senses, advanced perception, or simply a keen awareness of their environment. One thing is clear: animals offer us a unique perspective on the world around us. Thanks for joining me on this exploration, and remember, subscribe for more fascinating animal mysteries.